What's up? What's up? What's up, Mananap? Welcome to this tutorial. So today I'm going to continue about SQL constraints. Now for at this juncture, I'm going to discuss about default constraints. So if in our previous topic we actually discussed about what they call this one, not null, meaning the our certain column that you set not null is not going to accept values. I mean, it's not going to accept not empty values or null values or no value at all. So in the default what they call this one, default uh, constraint, it's actually going to uh, it, it can accept null value. However, instead of accepting null value, it is going to set default value for that field or specific field. Okay. For an instance, we are going to, let's say, insert another, I mean, create another table. So let's have here. So create table. Let's say this will be, let's change this into person, or let's say owner. Okay. And then we have here, let's have here ID not null, pet name not null, and then for the pet gender, we are going to set this as like default male. Okay. And then, yeah, so I'm going to, okay, and oh my goodness. Anyway, yeah, there. So pet male, and then I have here default, default like 0. Okay, so I'm going to create, I invoke this SQL statement upon entering or upon hitting enter. This would create a table. And let's say I'm going to describe this table owner. Okay, so you have here in the pet ID, it's the same as well as with the name. It's not going to accept null value. So my gender is going to accept uh, null value. Yes. However, if we're not going to set default value for that, it's going to automatically have male for the gender and 0 in the age, respectively, instead of none. Okay, so let's now have here, let's create, insert a table, values or records. Okay, so this is like owner, and then up here. So, so insert TBL owner values 101, Cory, Kong, and then pet gender is female, and then you have here the age is let's say 15. Okay, and then okay, now let's add another record. Let's say 102, and then here Arya Stark, and then female. Let's say we don't set or we don't put value there. Let's say let's put it there like null. Will this be processed? Will this be processed successfully by our translator? So let's see. So it's still going to be accepted. Okay, where's the select statement here? Yeah, there. So it's accepted. So in terms of the we have here why pet. So values, by the way, TBL own. So it's accepted. Okay. However, if we're going to like set, okay, this would work if you're going to specify a column. Okay, let's say we have pet ID and then pet name, and you don't specify or you don't include inserting records for or inserting data for the gender and age respectively. So let's say we are going to only insert or add 103 with let's say taco. Okay, and then we leave this one as like, of course, we don't have to. put anything else because we only set name, ID, and name respectively. So this time, what is going to happen to the pet gender as well as the pet age? Will this have a default value of male and zero instead of null? Okay, let's see. So there, and then we are going to, there you are. So as you can see, Takong, we did not actually set the the values for it, like male or age to zero. It's actually going to, I mean, the constraint there is actually being followed. Okay. So now, how about, sir, I wanted that my table now would be, of course, I want my pet gender to not accept null. At the same time, it's going to accept default value of male. Okay, of course, we can do that by creating a table, or so we're going to create another table. This time, we are going to combine. So we have the not null and then default not zero, or either way around. You can you can it can be either not null or default, something like that. But let's try first. So we have here not null and then default male. So meaning it's in the gender it's actually swapped to not null default male, while in the, I'm going to make this clear. So sige, and ano na lang. I am going to, so that it is actually parang clear, I'm going to remove all this and just wait for a while. Have here pet ID, not null. Your pet name, say not null. Okay. Oops, bar car 30, not null. And then for the gender, I have your pet gender, car, let's say 6. And then not null, default male. Okay. And then I guess that's it. And then for pet age, we have here tiny int. Okay. And then we have your 3. And then default 0. Not. Let's see if this one will work. Okay. And then yeah. So let's table owner exists. So by the way, yeah, table owner exists. Owner. So let's have another name or another table. So person. There. So let's describe our table. So TBL person. Okay. So you have here, you have all null, not null, and then with the default value male and zero. Of course, if you're going to insert a record to your table, okay, like this. So insert TPL owner, TPL person, okay, 1001 area start, and with the null value, and then let's say you don't set the gender and you have here 15 for your age. So this will not be processed because you set the gender to be null. So not null. So meaning to say you have to have a value for this one. Okay, the not null and the default value are working properly. If, I mean, you can only check this if it's working properly if you are going to include like pet ID, pet uh, name, and then pet age, like this, and then you don't include null, something like you don't include the gender there. So upon viewing the records from our TBL person, you have here. So you have here uh, automatically it sets the male and it does not accept null value. So you can combine two constraints or two or more constraints. Okay, so I guess that would be all for today, and that is not that is default. Okay, so it guarantees that your table column will have default value if ever ever your user is not going to assign a value to it. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this tutorial and have a great day ahead. Bye bye.